What's up everybody, welcome to another episode of Minecraft Tutorials. Today I want to show you another composter type of build, and this one is, well, it's for our double tall flowers, or our dye farms. And this pretty much works automatically. It's self-fueling, self-feeding, and self-activating. It's pretty awesome. You can just let this thing run all day long. Up at the top you have our pumpkin farm. The pumpkin farm grows pumpkins. Minecart hoppers collect it down below. It feeds into a composter. Composter turns it into bone meal, which triggers the dropper to duplicate the flowers, which gives you additional flowers. It's pretty easy. Alright guys, so here's kind of like a cutaway of it, and this is utilizing a bigger type of pumpkin activator system. It uses our observer stabilizer circuit, which is a little bit more bulky, and I don't really like it as much. That's why I decided to use our nano pumpkin farm, which is a lot more compact, as you can see, not much involved, and you don't have this big kind of massive thing up at the top. You can use it, you can if you like. It does the same thing. Grows pumpkin, collects it, and then it gets fed into the minecart hoppers down below, which then gets fed into our composter here, as we said earlier. Then you have this circuit down here, which basically activates the system, duplicating the flowers and collecting it as it goes. And this system requires no work, no maintenance. It does it all by itself. Eventually you'll just have a full chest of flowers or dye. But let's get to building this. Alright, so to build our self-operating flower farm, we're just going to come over here and build it next to our kind of dressed up version there, to basically use it as reference in case we get stuck, since it actually has been a while since I've done this one. We're going to place down a chest with a hopper coming out the back of that. You're going to want to place a block diagonally from that hopper, and then you're going to basically build a 3x3 so that we can create a little X just like this. This block, or maybe actually like this, should get replaced with a dispenser. Here we go. And then all we got to do is grab some glass, place that right here above this block here. We're going to grab a rail so that we can place that on top of the hopper here with a minecart hopper, and then grab some land to place right there on top of the minecart hopper. We then need a comparator, so we're going to place a comparator going into this back block here from the back of the dispenser, and then we're going to place another one going into this back block right here. We then want to grab more hoppers and build a little hopper clock right here behind this comparator, and we're going to place down a single item in either one. You can see that that item is going to be bouncing back and forth, activating this comparator, which will then trigger this redstone lamp, which we will place here on the opposite side. So voila, it's going to be triggering that dispenser every time it gets fed with bone meal. Pretty simple, right? But we also need to stop this. We don't want this activating all the time, so we're going to place a redstone torch right there. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit wider. We need to place a hopper going into the side of the dispenser. Now it can be either side, it doesn't matter. You can place it up on top, but it gets a little bit more troublesome than it's worth, and it gets a little taller as well. So we're going to place ours right here on the side. Then we can grab our composter, which is here, and we're going to place that on top of this hopper. We then need to place another hopper going into the composter up at the top. Okay, so you're going to have to fiddle with this thing depending on which direction you build this. You're probably going to have to build out a little area that looks something like this, because I'll show you really quick. You're going to need to place these down in a manner that they will stay straight across the hopper. You don't want them straight this way. Let's see. You don't want them straight this way. You want them straight that way. And that just makes your life a lot easier when you have to place down the minecart hoppers, because you want to make sure that the minecart hoppers sit directly above the hoppers that they're sitting on. like so. All right, so, and again, the glass blocks or whatever blocks, just kind of hold them in place and make sure that they don't fall off the hoppers anywhere. Once you have that down, you're actually going to place down some more land here on top of the hoppers there, because that's where your pumpkins are going to grow. We actually need to create now a place for water. So what I like to do is actually place down a stair right here with another glass block right there. And I'm going to grab another block, full block right there, and this is going to be your little trench for water. So I'm going to grab a water bucket and I'm going to fill this up right here with water. I'm going to grab a hoe and I'm going to till the land right here for our seeds. So I'm going to grab, let's see, I'm going to use just pumpkin this time. Plant the pumpkin seed right here. That's going to grow. You're going to grab an observer now, and the observer is actually going to look into that, not like that, it's going to look into that stem like so. There needs to be a full block behind that observer. You're going to get redstone dust. Place that here. You're going to grab another full block. The full block is going to go right up here. You're then going to grab a piston, and that is going to be facing into this grass block right here, because now the pumpkin that grows here is only going to be able to grow on this grass block. And that means we need to place a barrier around this to make sure that the pumpkin doesn't fly out anywhere, because we want to make sure that it absolutely gets collected. There we go. So this should be a completed flower farm system that is self-operating. Super, super easy. And we're going to just kind of grab a pumpkin and we're going to simulate what this would look like if we were to just grab, I'm going to grab a stack actually, and just start tossing them down. Not there. But if we were to grow pumpkins up here, it would get collected. We're just going to throw down a couple because it has to turn into bone meal. In fact, yeah, now you can hear it. As you can see, all the pumpkins that get collected from the pumpkin farm up on top get tossed into this composter. It then gets fed as bone meal into this area here. We don't have any flowers though, so we better grab some. Let's grab a double hive. Let's grab the rose bushes. Plant those right here, and as you can see, it's growing flowers. We need to close off this area though so that they get collected into our chest. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so now the rose flower has been completely closed off. Those should end up in here, just like those two did. We're actually going to grab some more pumpkins so you guys can kind of see that really quick. And again, with this completely closed off, you can see the composter fills up. It activates the dispenser every single time. The dispenser then starts to fill up this chest with duplicate rose flowers. Super awesome system. And you don't have to worry about this. It's not incredibly fast, but it will work by itself and eventually give you the colorful dye that you need. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys like this system. Drop me a like if you did. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments field below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I will check you all out in the next episode of Minecraft Tutorials. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.